Cool. All right, ready? Here we go. Hello, everyone. DSP here, and yet again, it's time for another episode of DSP Tries It. Devour. And on today's show, we're trying out another one of these themed meals at a fast food chain that's out here in Washington State where I live. This particular one, I didn't know anything about, and then someone said, you've got to try this meal. Okay, what is it? It's the T-Pain Munchies meal. To which I said, what year is it? Did I go back in time? It's 2025, and in this year, Jack in the Box decides they want to do a tie-in meal with T-Pain. You know, I think maybe many years ago, this would have made a lot more sense, but I guess what it is all these fast food chains are trying to do these tie-in meals with rappers and the like. You know, it all started with that Travis Scott meal years ago at McDonald's, right? And that did so well that now everyone wants to cash in on this. So I can't imagine that T-Pain having a meal at Jack in the Box is going to do them much business, but it is what it is. So what is the T-Pain Munchies meal? Well, first off, I want to show you how it showed up. It comes in its own actual box that says Jack's Munchie Meal, because they had these meals before, just they weren't themed to T-Pain. So first off, a soda, and they even put like a sticker on the soda. I don't know why. This is made by us for you. Food, drink, property of, but they didn't write anything on it. So I'm not sure what the point of the sticker on the soda is if you didn't write on it what, like, oh, Phil's order, right? Like, they didn't do that. So I don't know why it even has a sticker. Like, all right, now this is a pain because I got to remove this from the cup. And now it's all wet, like a wet sticker on my soda cup. Very weird. So I got a Coke Zero. I haven't had a Coke Zero in a while. Let me take a sip of the Coke Zero and see how this is. I used to love Coke Zero, but that was a long time ago. Let's see if they actually changed it or not. Devour. Well, it's very watered down. I don't know if they just put a lot of ice in it or if it actually is just watered down in their machine. It tastes fine. It's Coke Zero. If you know what Coke Zero is, it's 0-calorie Coke, so it has that other artificial sweetener with it. So it's okay. All right, so that's this sticker, soda sticker, whatever it is. Get this out of the way. So this is the T-Pain Munchies meal. Also has a sticker. So now I gotta somehow remove this sticker from the box in order to open the Munchie meal. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. All right, what is in this meal? Well, let's see. We've got a side of curly fries. And to be honest, I love curly fries. Both at Arby's and I think Jack in the Box, they're pretty good. Let's see how fresh they are and if they're tasty or not. Devour. I actually haven't had curly fries in a long time. That's pretty good. I like curly fries. They're flavored because they're seasoned. The seasoning is delicious on there. So, okay. The curly fries are good. Thank you to Ace for $2 super chat. Says, love you, sexy DSP. Well, thank you so much, Ace, for the compliment. What a nice thing to say to me today. I appreciate you. As soon as, I'm about to eat this insanely greasy, disgusting, unhealthy American meal, thank you for complimenting my looks, which are now going to be ruined by the calories. Okay. So, I actually think that these are pretty good. However, there's an annoyance. Can you tell what the annoyance is? They're all tiny pieces. There's not a single long curly piece. Like a curly fry is supposed to actually look like this. See how that's curled up? But it's supposed to be longer than that. It's supposed to be like a stack. Like they curled it, they cut it in a curl. So why is it all tiny pieces? They taste good, but they're more annoying to eat this way. Anyway. They taste great. I'm going to have more of those for sure. Okay. So what comes with this thing? Well, first off, this is something new. This is supposed to be a stuffed cookie for dessert. We'll look at that later. Stuffed cookie, okay? We'll put that to the side for now. This is supposed to be the Jack in the Box taco. Now, I must be transparent. I had a Jack in the Box taco 11 years ago when I first moved here to Washington State, because there isn't Jack in the Box on the East Coast where I came from. And I was fascinated that a fast food place known for burgers had tacos. When I tried it back then, it was absolutely disgusting. It was just like eating a mouthful of grease and had no other flavor to it whatsoever. Now, today, 11 years later, perhaps the taco is different. It looks insanely greasy, does it not? Look at the amount of grease coming through that tortilla shell. Wow. Oh my God. Look at the grease on that side. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh, oh my God. Oh, I don't think the taco has improved since the last time I had one. I think it has lettuce and sauce and cheese on it. I think that's what's supposed to be on it. In fact, is that not a piece of cheese sticking out? It is. It's a piece of cheese. Ugh. It looks like a soiled diaper. Oh, yeah, it looks like a lot of things. It looks like a lot of things, guys. All right. Well, American cuisine at its finest, everyone. DSP tries it time. Are you ready? I know I'm not. Devour, devour. That was one of the most bland bites of food I've ever eaten in my life. It tasted like nothing. I tasted the corn tortilla shell, and that was it. I didn't taste any meat at all. Wow, that was awful. Let's try again. Utterly flavorless. I'm not shitting you. I still haven't tasted any meat. Let me take a bite just of the meat and see if I can get any flavor. Wow. That's disgusting. So I tasted pure grease, and then I tasted some burning on my tongue after the fact. That's probably the taco sauce, which actually, you can see some of the taco sauce right there. So it is on there, and it does have a spiciness to it. But that is absolutely disgusting. That is revoltingly bad. Time to eat some more. Wow. That is truly bad. It is so bland. The meat has no flavor besides grease. And then you get a little bit of taco sauce. And then you get a tiny bit of the taste of the shell, and that's it. That is awful. Absolutely disgusting. Wow. In fact, that's so bad. I actually want to have some more fries because they actually are good. The fries have good flavor. Thankfully. But again, annoying because there's not actually a real curly fry in here. These are like the ends. Okay. So, here we go. Now, what's actually supposed to be the main event of the meal is the burger. Okay? So it's supposed to be a single patty burger with a potato patty with it. Yes, an actual potato patty. And then a bunch of melted cheese and sauces is supposed to be on this thing. I'm shocked it's not greasier. I thought this thing would be completely dripping with grease, but it doesn't appear to be that way. Maybe it'll be good. All right, let's give it a look. Oh my God. What in the holy hell is this? So first off, I didn't even know this. It's on a croissant. It's not on a traditional burger bun. It's on a croissant, which they use for their breakfast sandwiches. A burger on a croissant. Then there is this potato patty, which is basically a hash brown from the breakfast sandwich. Then you've got the burger patty on the underside of it. And then you've got melted cheese, but there's also like cheese sauce. It looks like there's like 3 or 4 kinds of cheese on this. Well, I can't really see because as you lift it up, the patty is fused to the bun. I see some sauce there. Look at my hand. Look at that. Great. That's just great. Well, I guess we'll try to eat it, shall we? The things I do for you. Oh, man. All right. Let's try it. I don't even know what it's called. Okay, I don't know the name of this burger. but we're going to try it. Ready?
Devour, devour.
Now look at my hand. There's bacon on the bottom. It's called the burger tater melt. That's what I'm being told. The burger tater melt. My fingers are completely covered in cheese as I try to eat this. This is weird. So here's the thing. The first thing you taste is the hash brown, because that fried potato is so saturated in fried oil that it's a really strong fried oil flavor in your mouth. Then you get a little bit of the croissant flavor, the fluffy, fluffy buttery croissant. And then all of a sudden you get saltiness because the bacon is on the bottom, so it hits your tongue. I really can't taste the beef, but the beef is massively overcooked, so I don't know if it would have much flavor anyway. And the cheese is insane. Look, it is so much cheese on there. It's going all over my fingers. It is exploding out of the burger, okay? But the weird part is, nothing really stands out. It's not overly salty. It's not overly cheesy. You don't really taste the meat. Like, it's bizarre. It's odd because it has so many things that sound flavorful on it, and it actually is bland. It's actually legitimately a bland sandwich. What the heck? Wow. Wow. Well, some people are saying he keeps eating. Well, yeah, this is my dinner. This is what happens when you pick this for DSP Tries It. I actually have to eat this. This is what I'm eating today. What I'm going to do, not eat it and then be hungry for the rest of the day, you know? Oh, my wife did not get Jack in the Box. Someone's saying, what did Kat get? Nothing. She doesn't want Jack in the Box. Certain bites taste like pure cheese. Like, no lie, that bite I just had there, I tasted like the cheese sauce and the melted cheese. So it just totally tasted like pure cheese in that bite. I have to ask, was T-Pain actually involved in creating this menu item? Or did they just slap his name on it? And if he actually was involved in making it, is he still alive? Because you would think he would have died after eating something like this. Right? Wow. What kind of cheese is it? It's a melted cheese sauce and some kind of a sliced cheese. It's probably just American. It doesn't taste anything special. Like I said, literally every bite is just bland. It's like pretty much flavorless meat, a tiny bit of saltiness of bacon, a little bit of butter of the croissant, and then cheese, 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 cheese. And then you get the fried hash brown, and that's overpowering because there's too much grease in it. So it's not very good. Wow. For the record, I did like Jack in the Box, a few of their burgers back in the day, like over a decade ago. When I first moved out here, I tried one or two and I thought they were good, but I almost never eat a Jack in the Box. I don't even know what's on their normal menu right now. So, anyway, I'm almost done. And then we have the dessert to try. I think it might be a cheddar cheese sauce. Because I just got a lot of the sauce in that bite. And I actually had that cheddar little bit of after flavor. You know how cheddar has that little bit of sharper taste? So it tasted more like cheddar, I think. I ate the whole dang thing because I'm hungry. That's the only reason I ate the whole thing, because I'm hungry. Wow. Well, that was certainly interesting. I might have taken a year off of my life eating that. Okay. Now, we have to try the dessert. We're not done. Mark says, T-Pain was popular when I used to go to clubs. I haven't gone to a club in 16 years. All righty. Now. Oh, I just cleaned my hand. And I put my thumb back in the... I'm going to go wash my hands. I paused. I'm going to go wash my hands. I have to. This is disgusting. Let me wash my hands. I'll be right back, okay, everybody? Ridiculous. The amount of cheese that was on it. I'll be right back, and then we're going to have the dessert, okay? Okay. All right. I'm back and my hands are clean, okay? Now, to finish this meal, there is a dessert item. It is supposed to be a stuffed cookie, but I have to ask this question. Why is it covered in grease? It's supposed to be a cookie. Why is it completely covered in grease? How is that even possible? Cookies you bake. They didn't fry the cookie in grease in a pan or in a deep fryer. So why is it so greasy? So here it is. A stuffed cookie. It just looks like a normal cookie to me. It doesn't look like it's stuffed. Oh, it is. There is. Look at that. There's chocolate on the inside. Smells pleasant. Smells like a tasty chocolate chip cookie, actually. All right. Well, give it a go.
Devour, devour.
Well, it's very soft. It's not crunchy whatsoever. It's basically falling apart. Okay? It tastes like something from my childhood, actually. So back in the day, I want to say it was Keebler, used to sell stuffed chocolate chip cookies. Now, they weren't big like this one. They were very small, but they look like chocolate chip, but when you bit into it, it had a filling of either chocolate or something else. That's what this tastes like to me. So if you like that, it's not that bad. It's very sweet. Very, very sweet. Yeah. It's not a bad cookie at all. It's actually pretty tasty. All right. Now, we have a problem. Okay, and it's a big problem, I hate to say. I'm actually quite upset. This T-Pain Munchies meal was supposed to come with another item. It was actually supposed to come with a T-Pain air freshener. But it didn't come with it. As you can see, there was no air freshener anywhere in this box. No air freshener. It was supposed to look like T-Pain's face. I'm serious. So why doesn't it have it? Well, they did say originally it would be limited supply, okay? And because of that, you weren't guaranteed to get it. So I'm upset, and I'm upset for two reasons. Number one, this meal cost me $16, all right? It was on sale last week for $11. I would have saved $5 if we had done DSP Tries It last week, but people dragged their feet and we didn't hit the goals, so we ended up doing this later. So it ended up being $5 more expensive because we did it this week instead of last week. That's number one. But number two, if we had done this earlier, we might have had the T-Pain air freshener to test, and I could have added it to my overall review. But instead, we waited, we took too long, and we missed out. So now I'm out $5 and a T-Pain air freshener, and that is absolutely, positively not acceptable. I am very upset. Okay, so what is my overall review? The fries are fries. They're standard fries. They're, curly fries. I'm a little upset that they're not full curly fries. Oh, I actually found one. Look. I actually found, that's what a curly fry is supposed to be looking like. Good. But most of those fries are disappointing because they're just tiny little pieces instead of the big curls like it's supposed to be. That taco was absolutely revolting. Disgusting. Nasty. I wouldn't wish my worst enemy having to eat that taco. It was grade A gross. The burger was also disgusting. It didn't taste well at all. It had almost no flavor. The flavors it had were more bland flavors. Nothing really stood out in each bite besides the grease from the fried potato patty. So overall, not only did it taste bad, but it made me filthy, greasy, disgusting. Had to go wash my hands. And in an hour, I'm probably going to be feeling either with a stomachache or running to the bathroom. The only good thing in the T-Pain Munchies box is the stuffed cookie. I actually like that stuffed cookie. I would eat that stuffed cookie. Where did I do with it? Oh, it's on the bottom. I would eat more of that stuffed cookie. In fact, I am going to eat more of that stuffed cookie.
Devour, devour.
But outside of that, I would never eat the taco again. I would never eat that burger again. I would have the fries as a side, but disappointing that they weren't the good curly version. They were just little nubs. But I would get that cookie. So, out of the 4 items in the box, 1 is edible and good. The other 3 were unacceptable. So, the fries I will give a 2 out of 5. The taco I will give a 0 out of 5, inedible. The burger I will give a 1 out of 5. It's edible, but it's absolutely disgusting. And the cookie I will give a 3.5 out of 5. I like the stuffed cookie. Everything else you should flush down the toilet and never put inside of your body and subject yourself to the pain that you will feel if you eat anything else in that box. And because I did not receive the T-Pain air freshener, I will be filing a huge complaint to the corporate office of Jack in the Box, letting them know my grand disappointment in their product and service. Absolutely unacceptable, because now my house will smell of this grease and I have nothing to kill the scent of the grease in my office because I didn't get the air freshener. Absolutely ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another edition of DSP Tries It.